If you are pregnant or planning on getting pregnant but do not have medical aid, this video is simply for you. Hey loves, so I thought I should do this video based on the amount of likes and reactions that I got on my TikTok video, because yeah, everyone just kept on asking me, what is the name of this place, please tell us the price ranges, all of that. And I just decided, let me take this to YouTube, and yeah, here we are. So guys, the name of the birthing home that I used is situated in Rhinefield, which is based in Benoni in the East Rand, and the name of the place is Little Toes. So if you do stumble upon this video, kindly if you are going to want to use them, rather, please do say you guys were referred by your girl Noxie. I'd appreciate it so much. And let me know if if you guys decided to go with them and you gave birth there. Like, I'd love to know other fellow mummies that gave birth to the same place I did, of course. But yeah, share your thoughts on how maybe your experience was as well. Otherwise, yeah man, let us dive into this video. For those of you that are returning to my channel, welcome back lovies, welcome back my regular regulars. And for those of you that are new to this channel, I hope you guys love it here, because this is a safe space. Okay, so if you are new here, definitely hit that subscribe button if you are going to be enjoying this video, and don't forget to leave your like and comment down below. If you are pregnant or planning on getting pregnant but do not have medical aid, this video is simply for you. Okay, so better listen up. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about how you can actually get premium care and private care if you do not have any medical aid. But obviously that does come with a cost. Nothing is for free, okay? But the costs were actually quite reasonable, so we're actually going to be tackling about those in this video. So let me just start with my background story and how I actually came about discovering that you actually can get premium care even if you do not have medical aid. Okay, so when I found out that I was actually pregnant, I actually had a slight panic, because obviously I didn't have medical aid, and yeah, I didn't have medical aid basically. So what I did was that, and I'm actually going to be honest and transparent, because I actually did a mistake on rushing to open up a medical aid, thinking that it would actually help me once I give birth. So I do not want anyone who doesn't have much knowledge about how medical aids work to make the same mistake that I did. Okay, so I'm just going to be open and transparent about how everything works, and that's actually when I discovered actually how things work, and just that wasn't cool. Okay, so when I discovered that I was pregnant, I didn't have any medical aid. I didn't have any plan whatsoever. Okay, so I made a mistake by quickly rushing to open a medical aid. That was my first mistake. I didn't ask what are the terms and conditions. I didn't do my research, nothing whatsoever. I just wanted premium care and to give birth, at a proper place, because yeah, the stories that I've heard, people giving birth at public hospitals, they were too scary for me. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with public hospitals. Okay, I'm just, according to me and my own experience, I actually planned how I was actually going to experience this first pregnancy. Okay, so yeah, just rushed into opening a medical aid. So now, not knowing, I actually booked my first appointment. And when I got there, yes, everything went smoothly. The doctor was nice. Everything, premium care that was what I was, aiming for my entire pregnancy. Okay. And then, long story short, I was told that my medical aid actually doesn't cover for that. Sana, who has to pay for that? More. And from whose pockets? More. And Sana, I was not having it. I was actually confused, like how most I did open a medical aid. So why isn't my medical aid, covering for these costs and everything? Sana, little did I know that there's actually pre-existing conditions. Okay, there's actually pre-existing conditions. I didn't know of such, that medical aids now operate like this, because before I knew that you could open and there were no strict terms and conditions like now. So I don't know that there were pre-existing conditions, and pregnancy is one of them, and I think chronic illness is another one, and I'm not sure about the others, but yeah, pregnancy was one of them. So I was like, oh my gosh. So if you have a pre-existing condition, you actually have to wait for like 12 months before you can actually have, or rather use, those benefits, such as pregnancy. The pregnancy benefits will actually be available to you after 12 months. And Sana, I was on my, was it first month of pregnancy? So within that 12 months, guys, it only takes 9 months for you to be pregnant, and after that you give birth, obviously. So I was like, oh, I am screwed. I did not want to have my first experience in a public hospital. Like, I told myself that. My partner was like, no, don't panic, and yeah, Sada. Anyways, I continued doing research that can you actually get like proper care if maybe you do not have medical aid, because my medical aid was not going to help me. So I had to find other alternative ways that were going to benefit me and my standards. So I discovered that there actually is a way that you can, get premium in private care, if you are willing to pay, and for proper hospitals like Unit Care, it actually ranges from like 70 to 90K, guys, to give birth, to bring life into this earth. From 70 to 90K. I was like, no ways. Yo, when I found that out, guys, I was just like, oh no, I'm screwed. I might be heading for a public hospital. Nah. But I was like, I ain't giving up. I continued doing research, guys. When I tell you I was so persistent on researching, luckily I had enough time, to actually research on ways and options that, can accommodate us, if you do not want to go to a public hospital. Because the stories I heard, they were quite scary, shame. I do not want to lie. And one of them was that another lady had, her water had broke, and then one of the nurses, I'm not sure if one of the nurses or someone said she must mop it was a mess, and I was not ready to go through that. I was not ready to go through that. Another one, apparently, they were not stitched properly, and I just kept hearing horror stories, and I was just like, guys, I don't want to be a part of a statistic. I did not want to be part of a statistic, or I can't pronounce that word. A statistic. Yeah, I don't want to be part of the statistics, guys. Gucci, many things didn't go well for me, so I kept on, persisting and doing my research, and I discovered that besides, your proper hospitals, you can actually do home births. They actually do offer that in South Africa, and you can actually get yourself a midwife. So it's home births, and getting like private clinics, and yeah, those are the two that I've found that you can actually get premium and private care when you're pregnant and you do not have medical aid. So obviously those you have to pay, and the price ranges weren't that bad. I'm not gonna lie, the price ranges were not bad. One of them, I'm not sure if it was Mediclinic. I'd be lying. I think I forgot the prices on a postpartum brain. Forgive me, but I tried Mediclinic, and I forgot the other one that I tried, but it's based in Benoni. So yeah, since I'm based in the East Rand, I didn't want to look for a place that was far from me. Okay, so Mediclinic, the closest location that I found was based in Sandton, and I was like, no way, that is not gonna work. And then I kept on looking for other options, which were the private clinics that I discovered. I discovered one, actually there's quite a few in Benoni that I found, but I fell in love with one specific one that I actually went with and gave birth at. So yeah, there's actually quite a few, hey. So with the one I chose, the payment plan was that you need to at least, I'm not sure if you have to have paid 50% 3 months before actually you giving birth, and maybe like a month or something before you actually give birth, something along those lines. I can't remember that contract, but yeah. So the prices for that place when I went, which was in 2014, 2014, grade 11, when I went, which was in 2024, yes, which was last year, the price range was 20k to give birth. To give birth, it was a home birth, so that place is like a house, and there's actually different options for you to choose how you want to give birth. You can do water birth, you can if it's not packed or if it's not fully booked, you can pick yourself a room, or they choose a room for you, if it's not packed. But if maybe there's more than if there's more people, obviously they will choose a room for you. So I wanted to do a water birth, right? Yeah, I wanted to do a water birth, and luckily, whichever way you want to give birth, those do not come with an extra cost. You simply pay that 20k. Was it 20k or 21k? It was 20k, I think. And then obviously you have to also get they get you a midwife, so that you can do like checkups as well, and you have to pay for those as well, which are like around, I think it was 700 or 800 when you first go, or rather when I first started. And then from other visits, it was like around 650, up until I gave birth. And luckily there's a nearby place that you can actually go to and also do your scans, because that place doesn't offer doing scans. They just check up and check the baby's heart rate, you know, the basic things. Okay, the basic things. I mean, for scans you go to a separate place, but that place is like 2 minutes away, right? So I was like, no, I'm game. I'm actually staying with this place up until I gave birth. You know, oh man, those people, my midwife and my doula. So you actually get a midwife and you get a doula. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but the midwife is the person that is supposed to help birth you, and then the doula is there for emotional support before and after. Hey, like before and after you're giving birth, because you do know that you can actually get depression postpartum. So what a doula does, they are there to, you know, support you. If you cannot breastfeed, she's there to help and guide you on how to do it. If you need someone to talk to, your doula is there, guys. Like, I love that lady. I love that lady so much. So yeah, yeah, that was basically how I went about giving birth. And I could not give water births. I was so mad because when I was about to give birth, right, like, my baby's head was big, guys. My baby's head was big. I had to, you know, there had to be change of plans because my baby's heartbeat was gonna decrease, because, you know, we're taking time. So we quickly had to rush and position into another basically there was a bath in one room and a bed. So instead of me giving birth inside the water, I was placed on the bed, basically. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, I had to be cut because my baby's head was big. I forgot the terms that they used, but I'll put it there. Yes, so I was cut and I successfully gave birth, guys, like around 1 a.m. And in the morning, okay, before in the morning, I gave birth around 1 a.m. And then they actually were like, if you guys actually want to go home, you can go home. But I was like, in no ways. I just gave birth. Who's gonna travel in the States? And I've just been stitched. So like, so they're like, you can either go or you can sleep over, you know. So me and my partner and baby decided to sleep for a few hours, of course, because I gave birth in the AMs. And then when the sun was rising around 8 a.m.s, I think that's when we decided to head back home, because we were the only people there. Thank God. So we had to wait for someone to actually that works there. We had to wait for someone that works there to actually give the keys to, and then we were able to leave. Thank God there were no complications whatsoever. I was ecstatic. Okay, I was ecstatic. Baby was healthy. I was fine. Just it's it was trauma. Okay, it was trauma. I've never seen so much blood, guys. Oh, but that's a story for another day. That's a story for another day. But otherwise, yeah, once you get contractions after giving birth, guys, oh, everything just goes away and you hold your precious little baby in your arms. Best feeling ever. Best feeling ever. Okay. So yeah, you actually can get premium and private care without a medical aid. And I thought I should share the light upon you guys, for those of you who actually are interested, because I saw that on my TikTok. A lot of mummies are actually interested in, you know, getting the premium care that I went for without having no medical aid. So I just decided, why not do this video and bring it to YouTube as well for a wider audience as well. So yeah, guys, I'm glad to say that, you know, God does cater for all of us, and you know, sometimes things may not go as planned, but He definitely does cater and make sure that your needs are met, you know, the way you maybe or might have prayed for. And just like that, guys, everything was covered and I was happy. So please don't make the same mistake that I did. If you are planning to have a family, please plan in advance how you guys want to go about it. And yeah, make your research, guys, and don't be like me, please. But yeah, if maybe you also consider getting a medical aid and see that the plans are actually quite expensive, this is another way to go about it, you know, to save, because this economy, guys, it is too expensive. So rather, in the process of you while you are pregnant, just save up. If maybe you can't afford a medical aid, save up a couple of thousands until maybe, you know, the required amount is met for giving birth at that particular clinic or that home birth plan that you think you might go for. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I definitely enjoyed myself sharing this with you. I hope this will help the next person. And until the next video, my loves, thank you for tuning in. And if you have gotten this far, please do comment on your thoughts regarding what I've shared, and let's engage, guys. You know, let's engage. Was this video helpful? Was this video you know, impactful? Was it informative? Something, guys. Leave a comment, you know, your thoughts. Don't just keep your thoughts to yourself. And please, if you know of a person that might need this information, also do share, you know, with that person. Maybe it will or might be, you know, of help, that you actually thought of them and maybe they were looking for a similar, you know, solution. And please don't gatekeep. We don't gatekeep here, guys. Otherwise, yeah, guys, until my next video, bye. Love you loads.